Hi guys and welcome. Today I'm making some pretty fun and amazing easy DIYs for your tier tray. They're fall DIYs, so let's get started. For the very first one, I'm using a scrap piece of wood and a printout that I printed out wrong for a different DIY, but I kept it because I figured I could use it for something else. And sure enough, here I am using it now. And this was so easy. So you just printed it out and cut it out to size and Mod Podged it onto the scrap piece of wood. I love the way this turned out. I think it looked really good on top of a tier tray. And I would love to know if you agree. I would also like to mention that this video is part of my monthly DIY challenge that I've been hosting every month this year except in July, and where I asked many of my friends to join in, well, whoever wants to join in creating a fall DIY. I did not have a specific supply store that they had to go to. It was just to create fun fall DIYs. So there will be a playlist in the description box for you to check out where all my friends have joined, and we are giving you tons of DIY ideas. For my next two DIYs, I am making a ladder, and I'm using these round dowels. They're very thin, they came from Dollarama, and I'm using two different sizes. Two of them are the longer ones, and then the other ones are about half the size of the long ones. And I'm just measuring out to create a ladder that's kind of a little bit wider. Now, I was debating whether I should paint this as well, but I just ended up leaving it natural color because I thought that I could even use it for many other seasons, not just fall. And I'm using hot glue to hot glue the sides. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, my name is Sonja, and I'm so glad that you decided to press that play button and watch this video. If you're not subscribed, I would love it if you consider subscribing and becoming part of my YouTube family. We create lots of fun, budget-friendly DIYs on this channel, and there's a lot to choose from. So now that the ladder is done, I am using these tiny bead garland that I picked up at Dollar Tree. I think, yes, at Dollar Tree, and I'm just creating a small wreath with it. And this is where I think it would be fun that you can use it for different seasons, because you can just add different seasonal wreath to it. And I'm just using a little tiny piece of it to wrap around to keep it in place, so that way I can easily interchange it. Another very easy DIY are these pine cones that had come from Dollar Tree, and they're shiny silver and shiny bronze, so I decided to spray paint them using black and white chalk paint. This is a very easy way to create these to fit more your style. Maybe your style is silver and bronze and you don't have to do anything, but I don't have too much of silver and bronze in my fall decor, but I do have lots of black and white. And for the white one, I did do a lighter coat just so some of that bronze shows through. Next one is another two DIYs. I've picked up these pumpkins. I don't know how many I have picked up, and my dog finds them all the time and tries to chew on them. So I better start working on them and DIYing with them so he doesn't have a chance to find them and chew on them. So for the first one, I am using a very light bluish gray color from it's chalk paint, and I'm just covering the whole pumpkin with it. And the other one I was painting with just a black acrylic paint. You could also use chalk paint if you have a black chalk paint. They both covered this pumpkin really well, the chalk paint and the acrylic paint. Once I was done painting the pumpkins, I took that acrylic paint and just splattered it all over the blue chalky paint, just to give it some speckles. And I love how simple this DIY was and how great it looked. If you've been here for a while, you know I love creating pillows. I still have lots of scraps of this drop cloth that I purchased at a dollar store. So I'm creating a little mini pumpkin pillow. And I'm using hot glue to glue the sides. This time around, however, I am not doing it inside out. I am hot gluing it like just right there, so that way I can create a bit of a border for this pillow, because you'll see what I'm going to be doing with it. And then once that was cured, the hot glue was curing, I just wrote out Hello Pumpkin with a permanent marker, and then I stuffed it with some of my stuffing that I've had left over. I took apart an old pillow, and then I just added a little bit of hot glue to the end there, just to keep it in place. And now I'm going to take that border that's left and fringe it. If you don't know what fringing is, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, you just pull any, just pulling out any loose threads out and making it look pretty on the edges, or that fringed look. I just love the way I feel like the fringing took this pillow to the next level. Let me know if you agree. DIY that I love making is bead garlands, and I've had these wooden beads that I've purchased long time ago, and for the life of me couldn't find for a very long time. But then when I was redoing my playroom, I did find them. My craft room, I did find them. So I just picked out kind of a reddish brownish beads and the cream colored ones, and I was debating whether I should paint it, but decided to just leave them as they are, because I think they do look great for fall, but at the same time I think I could use it for Christmas as well. And I'm just grouping them by two colors, starting with one first. Some of the wood beads were closed in, just a little bit on the outs, like on the ends. So I just used my scissors to push it through, and I'm just using actually kitchen twine as the rope to thread it through. Now I did end up putting a little tiny piece of tape on the end of the twine and just wrapped it around, just so it doesn't fringe on me when I'm threading it through. And then I cut the size, and then I took the same rope and wrapped it around my fingers 20 times, and then I tied that loop up to the end that I left out, and then I cut that open. And now I'm taking another piece of rope and just tying it up, kind of creating almost like a head for the little tassel at the end, and then just trimmed it to the length that I wanted it to be. And I repeated the same process on the other side. This is not a very long garland, but it was going to look great just drooping off of a tray, one of the trays on my tier tray. Now this last DIY, I absolutely love the way it turned out. I'm using this little red truck that I got last year for around Christmas time, and these boxes actually came from Michael's. I love these little boxes. You can definitely use either side. You can use the inside as a frame or the back of it. Now these trucks had a little bit of sparkle right around the tires, so I'm just scraping it off because I didn't want any sparkles on there. And for the wood box, I just give it a light coat of white chalk paint, just dry brushing it on. This took no time to dry because there was not a lot of paint there. And I just blended it in with a little bit of a rag, hot glued the truck on, and then I'm using a permanent marker just to write down hello fall. And then I'm going to use an orange permanent marker just to draw on some pumpkins. I just love how this little red truck turned out, and I was super happy that I could create a fall DIY with a little red truck for my tier tray. I had so much fun decorating this tier tray with all the little DIYs that I've created. I would love to know which one was your favorite and if you love decorating tier trays. If you do, make sure you head on over to my home channel because soon I will be sharing all of my fall tier tray decor with you. So you don't want to miss that one if you love tier trays. I would like to thank everybody for joining me, and the creators that had joined me, as well as everybody that joined me in watching this video. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching till the end. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not. And I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching.